Is Mustafa okay right now?
Yeah, no, he's not all right.
There are new questions being raised in the case of a man charged with for a crash killed his girlfriend and her 5-year-old daughter last year.
This is public area.
Come after Prince William's police chief ruled the investigating officer had violated department policy.
I'm not resisting. I am not resisting.
The investigation revealed that Master Police Officer Drum violated department policy.
Right rear tire, brake didn't engage.
We were able to access evidence.com. Chief of Police Peter, are you terrified to come after me? Are you terrified to put me in handcuffs? I'm telling you, I have all your files. The minute you come after me, you have to answer for the files that I have. Files from Mustafa Al-Jazairi, where every police report is falsified. I have the body cams where it shows police officer engage in falsifying police misconduct. This is not another boring podcast. Mustafa threw the police body cams. Judge Carol Weimer under the microscope. The name for this podcast is Judge Carol Weimer under the microscope, but I think we might have to change the name of the podcast. What am I talking about? It's not 100%. We're finding out that Judge Carol Weimer might be recusing himself from the Mustafa Al-Jazairi case. What am I talking about? Mustafa's defense attorney is Brad Haywood. Brad Haywood 5 times scheduled an appointment with the prosecutor, Sarah Sammy, in good faith. And 5 times, this prosecutor canceled. What is he scheduling an appointment for? Brad Haywood wants to hire an independent expert to inspect the SD card on the dash camera. Mustafa has a dash camera inside his vehicle. And this dash camera, the Commonwealth attorney is telling us, does not have audio. This dash camera is cut before impact. This dash camera has 17 frames that are missing from the lens facing inside the vehicle, while the lens facing outward is still rolling. That doesn't make any sense. Doesn't have audio. It's cut before impact. 17 frames are missing. What is going on in the dash camera that's in Mustafa's vehicle? Mustafa had this dash camera for over 5 years. And now you're talking about a dash camera that has no audio and it's cut before impact. 17 frames are missing. Well, when you find out that investigator Chad Mason gets on the stand in front of Judge Carol Weimer and admit to violating department policy, Chad Mason says he took the SD cards and he violated department policy. How did he violate department policy? He said, I did not follow the chain of custody. The most crucial piece of evidence, you didn't follow chain of custody, that he said he took the SD card and plugged it into his laptop. Well, sir, today we have a dash camera that has no audio and it's cut before impact. And there are 17 frames missing from the camera facing inside the vehicle. By law, Mustafa's defense attorney wants to get to the bottom of it by hiring an independent expert, inspect the SD card, and find out what happened. Specifically, when in Mustafa Al-Jazairi file, there's a document where Officer Zymus with digital forensic admit to this dash camera that it does have audio. So wait a minute. Our Commonwealth attorney, Amy Ashworth, tell us that it doesn't have audio, but then our police department, they tell us that it does have audio. And we're going to pull up the document and go over it. Mustafa's defense attorney the prosecutor is blocking the defense attorney from hiring an independent expert. Prosecutor Sarah Sammy and Commonwealth Amy Ashworth is blocking Mustafa's defense attorney from inspecting the SD card. Now, when you find out that the investigator, Chad Mason, gets on the stand and he said, I violated department policy. I took the SD card and plugged it into my laptop. What did you do to this dash camera, sir? Because today we have a dash camera that does not have audio and is cut before impact. And it has 17 frames that are missing from the camera facing inside the vehicle. Now the prosecutor is blocking the defense attorney from inspecting the SD card. Now, we can get to the bottom of it. It's a very simple process. Mustafa's defense attorney, by law, can hire an independent expert that will inspect the SD card and inspect the metadata in the SD card. And is going to tell you if this investigator tampered with the dash camera. The metadata on the SD card will tell you so. And if the SD card is not tampered with, then he should be able to download the audio that Officer Zymus admit that they have. And will be able to download the full dash camera. Not a dash camera that's cut before impact. Not a dash camera that has 17 frames missing from the lens facing inside the vehicle. But the prosecutors are scrambling. The county is scrambling. They're terrified. So what are they doing? They're blocking the defense attorney from getting an independent expert to inspect the SD card. I mean, why is it that Mustafa's defense attorney has a motion on the docket through chambers and they've been sitting on it for weeks now? So first, Prosecutor Sarah Sammy cancels 5 appointments that Mustafa's defense attorney schedules with her. So not once, not twice, 5 times. This defense attorney schedules an appointment with the prosecutor and she cancels on him. Prosecutor Sarah Sammy, if you have nothing to hide, why aren't you not letting Mustafa's defense attorney get an independent expert and take a look at the SD card? Specifically, when we have a document, let me pull up a document, the Officer Zymus admit that this dash camera does have audio. Now, you're claiming that Mustafa is arguing inside the vehicle. Well, when we open this dash camera, we see that Mustafa and Dorothy are passing back and forth hemp, a cigarette 6 times. You say they're arguing inside the vehicle, but when we open this dash camera, we see them passing back and forth a cigarette 6 times. We're not seeing the argument that you claim that we were going to find. You've lied about the content of the dash camera. Are we talking about the dash camera that you've hid from this community today? You've sealed this dash camera? Unfortunately for you, we've leaked it. Now the community is watching this dash camera. You can go on YouTube under Not Another Boring Podcast, and you can see the dash camera where you see Mustafa and Dorothy are passing back and forth a cigarette 6 times. This prosecutor wants to tell you they're arguing, but when we watch this dash camera, we see that Dorothy and Mustafa are passing back and forth a cigarette. Interesting. So they're not arguing.